Hey everybody, happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day to any of the moms that may be watching with their husbands. Because even though my analytics say that there's 14% females watching my videos, I don't believe that for a second. Because why? Why would a woman watch this stuff? This is horrible. I give horrible marital advice, and I stutter half the time. And so ain't no ladies watching this except for Tracy Faith. Man, thank you, love you. So what am I going to do this week, and what have I been doing this week? So let me show you what I plan on finishing up. I'm going to jump back on this project of this freight station. I want to get this ready and completed to the point where I can have it on display. So I'll be working on that. That video should come out on Thursday. I will be doing a lot of cleaning, and I'm going to hang up some of the black drop cloth curtain stuff, and basically I'm going to hide a bunch of this mess underneath the layout. I have not really done a whole lot this week. I've been sick. Well, not really sick. I get migraines, and I think I talked about this last week, or I've talked about it before, but I get these migraines. They mess me up real bad. So I've been kind of screwed up for about the last 5 days with migraines and headaches, and can't sleep, and then I can't sleep at night, and then I just feel like crap all the time right now. So haven't really been doing a whole lot. I've been sleeping a lot, though. That's about it, which I can't sleep at night, but I can sleep all day, which don't make any sense at all. Except for a couple of days ago, I actually slept all night, got up for a couple hours, slept all afternoon, got up for a couple hours, and then slept all night again. And it's a weird phase of my life, I guess. I don't know. So what you're looking at here is a coil drag on the belt line. I threw a couple pieces of flex track down there just so I can run through this 12.5 degree diamond crossover that I got the other day in the mail. We'll take this off and show you how it looks. Pretty rough, as you can see. I'll have to fine tune this. And but you can see it's off just a little bit from the black line. I did that because it's not exactly perfect, and I figure I can just have a slight curve right here on the house track that will come across the diamond and then curve off to the right side of the screen and go to the future location of the turntable. So I put this coal train on here just playing around, and that's all I've been doing, is just kind of playing. My father is in town, and he wanted to see the layout, so I was kind of showing him some stuff that I've done today. And well, I showed him some stuff today that I've done in the previous week. But if you didn't watch last week's video, this is the belt line yard. I put this in last week or so. Pretty happy with it. One thing I'd like to have done before the open house next weekend on the 17th and 18th is I'd like to have this little fill here at least painted brown, and have the cardboard straps on the side, and the what's that stuff called? The plaster cloth put on there, at least painted brown and stuck up there, so it looks a little bit more finished. All this green here I'm going to paint brown and gray, and I'm going to put the freight station back in place, and everything else is going to stay the same. The little tower right there, I'm going to put some pins in it so that nobody knocks it off, because something I thought about the other day was accidents. So most of my locomotives will be placed further back on the layout. I'm going to try not to have anything on the edge. But something that really kind of freaked me out the other day was I was at Mike's Trains in beautiful Thomasville, North Carolina, and they had a picture up of this old guy. And I say old guy because he's probably mid-60s or later, and his wife, who was about the same age. And allegedly, these people stole $300 worth of model trains from a local model train store or something to that effect. And then it dawned on me, what would happen if I brought these people into my home that I don't know, that I'm trusting to be good people? What if they stole something? So now I'm kind of thinking about all the stuff that could be easily put in someone's pocket that I'm going to put away, so that make it a little bit more difficult, because that is I have a trust issue with a lot of people, because I've trusted friends who have stole from me. You got crackheads who will steal from anybody, and some people are just desperate, and some people are just kleptos and can't help it. So I'm going to curb anyone's temptation by taking anything small and valuable and putting it away so that it cannot be seen, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and more than likely, it won't get put into somebody's pocket by accident, is what we'll say, by accident. So nothing changed over here. My original plan was to have this whole mountain scene divider here done, and that's not going to happen. But the two pieces that go in this location with the cardboard strips, that will happen. I will make that and the grade on the other side of the layout by AC tower priority. And I got some other stuff that I've been doing over here that should get finished up in the next couple days. And then it's clean, clean, clean. So I've been working on this scene. This is something I talked about, I think, last week of cutting this out, putting in this culvert. And if you've heard me talk about culverts, they're everywhere on the prototype. There's no reason you can't have a ton of them on your layout. So if you look down here at the water, what we're going to call water right now, this is a mixture of two different colors of blue and some black. So it looks dark, but there is a blue sheen to it. And I know water's not really blue. I'm just kind of doing this for because I want to. I want a little bit of clean water, but at the same time, I want it to be dirty water, but with a little bit of blue in it. I think it'll be fine. I threw out some dirt and some ground foam, multiple different colors on here, and I really don't like this at all, but it's gonna have to stay. And then maybe after the train show or the open house, I'll scrape it up and redo it, because I'm not happy with it at all. But this is the newest scene. I just wanted something on the gate so that when the gate was shut, people could see, you know, this is how a scene unfolds. It starts out just as brown foam, and then you can come in here and do anything you want. I used a mixture of different colors between raw umber, burnt umber, what else I got? Burnt sienna and raw sienna, and just some Mars black to do all this on the sides. I think it looks pretty good. It looks like layered dirt to me. I like it a lot. That's just the plaster cloth and just a little bit of plaster kind of smeared around on top. I like the way it looks. Now this culvert used to be white. I painted it. I don't even remember how I painted it, but I did it a while back, and there's probably a video on it, but I don't remember. But if you look at the rocks below it, those are real rocks, and it all matches. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, that's just a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. And I'm really liking that. Now, I had planned on using a drill, a big old auger bit, to go in here a couple of inches to give it some depth. But then when you do that and you pour in some epoxy, the epoxy is going to get in there and it's going to cause a hot mess. So I was like, there's no way I can seal it up, so I'm not going to worry about it. I just have the illusion here, and I put a couple weeds in front of it or something like that when I can find some more. Now, I was going to pour in some epoxy water here, and this is just Realistic Water by Woodland Scenics. I'll probably do this in a couple of days, and I got almost a full bottle here, so I should have about at least 1/8 of an inch all over the place, probably a little bit more than that. But I'm going to keep a thin pour so that it doesn't get soft or anything like that. I already got my dam built, and I'll put my dam up here just to put it all into place, and that'll be that. But this whole scene on the gate is looking really good. You come back here, I like the way it's looking. I got these little trees up here from this area I just redid. Ballasted all the main lines, and I'm still working on ballast and scenery in between here. I'd like to get that done before the open house, but you know, never know. It all depends on how long it takes to clean, and I got all this mess back here that has to be cleaned up and put someplace. Yeah, look at that. All this stuff got to be put someplace before next Saturday. Now, if you're going to be at the model train show at the North Carolina Transportation Museum in beautiful Spencer, North Carolina, you will see my flyers out. I'm going to be there from about 9 a.m. when they open until about noon. I would like the open house to start about 1 o'clock and last till about maybe 5 or 6. Some people might not be able to get here till 6 if they have displays or something, so I'll leave that open to them. I'm debating on putting my phone number on the flyer so people can call me and say, hey, can I still come over if it's after 6 or not? But I got a feeling that will be a nightmare. So I doubt that'll happen. But if you are at Mike's Trains and you have questions about my layout, they could probably text me or call me and get a hold of me somehow and answer your questions. Especially if John's there. John's got my number. I don't think Jackie has my number, but she can always text John. That's her husband and my friend. So, which they're both my friends, but you know what I'm saying. I don't text people's wives. That's just my thing. I don't do it. I may have your number, but I ain't going to text you all the time because it's weird to me. I don't know. So what else have I done? I went ahead and glued this whole piece down here. And this whole piece down the center of the screen here is in this permanent place. I still have to glue that in the middle part. And the middle part right here, I can't find my pointer already. I lost it like after I found it. This middle section here will be glued in next, and then these two pieces. And I believe I'm going to redo this whole top piece right here. And then I'll start working on this. This part of this here is going to be enclosed because I need to move my tunnel portal up here, and that'll be about that. Not a whole lot's been changed over here. I just moved all the trees out and I put them someplace else because that's what I do. A lot more rock down here, a lot more riprap. I dropped riprap in all along through here, and all this ballast has been spread and glued. And I'm working my way back to the coal mine. So at least for the model, or for the layout, open house, this part will be ballasted all the way up. And then we'll just have to hold off on that. Let me tell you what I did do that screwed everything up. Was I had this bridge is on a grade. And this section here was perfect. But I used some Gorilla Glue down here. And it expanded just enough that it's thrown off my bridge. So if you look at this angle now, there's a big hump here. So I'm gonna have to lift up this turnout and then stuff something in underneath and then get this to this grade to be smoothed out. So there's not like a big hump here because that's gonna cause problems. But I think it'll be okay in the long run. And that's just about it. That's just about it. If you watched last week's video, you can recognize this train in the dark here. It was the thumbnail for last week. After this open house, I will get back to work on this 259 here and fix the windows and all that stuff. If you've watched any of my F7 build videos, good night, my F7 build videos, you'll know that I had some problems with that. I ended up having to pull parts off and pop things out that were glued in place. And I got frustrated, so I just took a break. And this has been 4 or 5 months now, but I'll be getting on with that soon. Eventually, at least one of these locomotives, probably the 261, will have an Athearn Genesis motor in there. And if I can find power trucks and stuff for this second one, I'll probably do the same thing. But you never know. I might not put anything in there and just might buy some Broadway Limited or Stewart, which are better locomotives to begin with, and then paint them up and decal them. I think lastly was I took this scratch-built turnout that my friend Scott made for me. I painted it today. I need to clean off the rail heads and get it ready for a little bit of ballast. Putting some ballast here on the ends to hold everything into place, and then I will work on putting in a spot for the turnout control, the ground through, if you will. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this track here is going to go to an industry, which will be related to the grain elevator there to the left, but it's also going to be a helper pocket. So helper locomotives will sit here until a train comes up the grade, and then they will come out and couple onto the rear and shove that train up the 1% grade. That's way over there by that stupid light that has no reason to being whatsoever. And then at some point in the future, this peninsula will have a second level on there where that grade goes to. So keep coming back and watching this layout build. I am the self-proclaimed largest private model railroad in North Carolina. And if you don't believe me, just keep watching my videos. I got 1,700 square feet of model railroad. I have 2 main lines. Each main line is roughly 4 scale miles long. Actually, one's 4.5 and one's, well, actually 4 3/4, and then one's about 4. So, a lot of trackage, a lot of possibilities, a lot of operations, lots to talk about. So keep coming back. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.